Hey there, it's Amanda, Guarniere, Nurse Practitioner and Director of Growth here at Collaborating Docs. In today's video, I'm excited. I'm going to walk you through how to create a referral tear-off notepad for your practice. So this can be a super powerful marketing tool, especially if you plan on visiting practices to advertise your services. For example, if you're a mental health provider and you decide that you're going to visit all the primary care offices or pediatric offices in your area to let them know about you and your services, this can be a great referral source for you and a great marketing option, because what do primary care providers love? They love mental health providers who have availability to see their patients. That is a huge, huge, huge pain point of theirs, and you may be primed to fill that pain point. So it is really helpful to have something in hand when you go to these offices and introduce yourself, because you want them to remember that you exist and you want to give them a super, super easy way to refer a patient to you. You don't want them to have to hunt down your website or what's their name again, anything like that. So bring something with you that makes it so easy for them to write a couple things on a piece of paper, tear it off, hand it to the patient. Okay, so basically you're creating a notepad so that when someone says, hey, I need a mental health provider, or apply this to any scenario, the physician or the nurse practitioner or whoever can then say, yes, I got you. I know exactly who you should see. You should go see so-and-so. They grab your notepad, they write down what condition the patient has, they tear it off and they hand it to the patient, and then the patient comes to see you. Okay, easy, simple, but you have to have this thing in hand. And how do you make it? That's what we're going to go over today. So I have a document open in Google Docs. Okay, and what I did before I started the video is I went to File and Page Setup. And really the best size for this, for the notepad, you can do an 8.5 by 11, which is a regular size paper, but I suggest doing a half size, which is 8.5 by 5.5. So that's going to be like a nice fit in the lab coat pocket size notepad. So you resize, so it defaults to letter, and you're going to choose statement, hit OK. And then I also added a logo here. So if your company, your practice has a logo, go to Insert, Headers and Footers, go to Header, and then while you're in here, you can insert image, upload from your computer, and then input your logo here. Easy, right? So now we're going to type out what's going to be on the rest of the document. Since this is already a pretty narrow document, I'm actually going to change the margins here so that it takes up a little bit more of the page. So I'm going to go back to Page Setup, and I'm just going to drop the side margins, so the left and right margins, to 0.5, and then I'm going to go back up to my header, and then I'm going to center this. So now, depending on what's in your logo, it may or may not have your address and your contact information. So if it doesn't, go ahead and insert a horizontal line and bring it up to the top, and then feel free to type all your information here. So if it doesn't have your name, maybe you're putting your name and your credentials, and like maybe using a little line to separate things, 123 Main Street, and your number, and then maybe your website here. Okay, so just like all that key information. If you have a fax number, you can include fax number, whatever you want there. Okay, and then go ahead and insert another horizontal line. So that makes a nice little heading there. You can of course play around with the font and whatever you want to do, but just for this example, we're keeping it simple. So next you can put consultation, or maybe we'll put referral, and you might say referring provider, and then make an underline. Maybe you'll put the date. You can really do whatever you want here, but this is kind of basic information that will help you. You don't necessarily have to put all this. You want to make it as easy as possible for the provider to refer you. So the important stuff here would be patient's name, and you don't have to fill out the information for the patient, because the idea for this is that the patient is going to have this in hand. So they're going to tear it off. They're going to say, go see Amanda. The patient is going to take this paper. So you really just want the information that the referring provider is going to fill out. So this next section I think is really helpful. So reason for referral. And then this is where you can kind of brainstorm all the different services you provide. So make it so easy for them so that they know, they meaning the referring provider, they know what you do. So let's say you're a mental health provider. You can say, depression, anxiety evaluation, ADHD, like put a list of all the services that you provide. Maybe you also do psychotherapy, right? Let's say you're an aesthetics practice, and you're doing referral cards for dentists because you do Botox for TMJ or something like that. You can do, TMJ, neurotoxin treatment or something. Make a list of all the things that you want someone to refer to you for. Okay, so I can't do this part for you. This is where it takes a little bit of your brain exercise. So hopefully you'll have a selection of things here. Just put in some placeholders here. Maybe you'll have other. Maybe you'll give them like a couple of lines. This will probably take up a little bit more room. And then at the bottom, you could put like, thank you for bringing this card to your appointment. Please visit our website for easy online scheduling. And maybe you put your website again, and you can, make this, appear a little bit fancier. Maybe you make it bold, maybe you make it bigger. You could put it in a box if you wanted to, if you really wanted to get fancy. So you could create a table. So you could insert table, a 1x1 table, and then put the text in there. So lots of options here, right? So make it appear however you want. Don't overthink it. Keep it simple. Of course, you could go the extra mile. You could have it professionally designed. Let's say you work with a graphic designer, or you could hire someone on Upwork to make something that's more like graphic based and fancy. But we're going with kind of minimally viable product here, meaning like what's the basics that's still going to achieve the result. The next step is to get these things printed. So you've got a couple options. You can kind of export the file onto a drive, take it to your local print shop, Staples, office, wherever, and ask them to make tear-off notepads. I would suggest making notepads of 25. So like each provider, you're giving 25 tear-off, or you're giving one pad of 25 pages to, probably more cost effective. Or if you want to do this all from the comfort of your home, go to a website like VistaPrint. VistaPrint has notepads. So that's what these are going to be called. They're going to be called notepads. You can choose the size. They come in 5.5 by 8.5. And then if you're getting 5 or more, looks like the price drops a little bit. Search around for coupons. This is a site that always has coupons. And then you'll upload your design. Okay, so what you'll have to do in your document is you'll have to go to File, Download. You'll want to download as a PDF, save that to your computer, and then you'll upload from this device and upload that PDF document that you have, and then click through the buttons, go ahead and order how many quantity that you want. So, as you can see, this is probably going to run you anywhere between $7 to $10 per notepad. But compared to some other marketing expenses, this is really a low budget way to get some referrals. Really the strategy I recommend, go to Google Maps, set the radius of the area that you want to target, and type into Google Maps what you're looking for. So if you're looking for pediatricians, type in pediatrician and make a list of all the different practices that you can go to and drop this off. Maybe you go the extra mile, you bring some cookies or some candies or something, visit during lunchtime or right at the beginning of the day or right at the end of the day, and see if you can, go to the front desk, say that you're a new provider in the area, you want to drop off some referral information. Is the doctor / nurse practitioner / provider in for just a quick hello? That would be great. If you can do a face-to-face with the person referring to you, that is really, really wonderful. And then, track this. You can track this because the patient should come with this in hand, or, mention it on their first meeting with you if you're telehealth. So take this, run with it. Hopefully it's a tactical, good idea that will help you, and we're cheering on your success.